Saludos amigos y bienvenidos una vez más a otra edición del Bombazo del BSN. Mi nombre es Carlos José Vázquez y para nosotros siempre es un placer estar con ustedes en esta serie de entrevistas que estamos llevando a cabo dentro del Bombazo del BSN. Esta sección les llega a ustedes con el auspicio de las siguientes firmas comerciales. Muchas gracias a los amigos de Autolux, ubicado en el estacionamiento de Sam Club en Ponce. Deportes Matías en la calle Mayor número 46, efectos deportivos tales como las reconocidas marcas deportivas Rowling y Molten. En la calle Mayor número 46, Deportes Matías. Cooperativa de Ahorro y Crédito Yauco en el pueblo de Yauco, 856-1820. También a donde estamos transmitiendo. Las magníficas facilidades de Jalapeños, Cantina Antacos, ubicado en el sector Sabanetas, frente a Covidian, edificio Texan Guest House. Agradecemos a su propietario y por supuesto a todos estos grandes empleados que nos hacen posible estar aquí presentes en esta sección, el Bombazo del BSN, uno a uno de frente. Al igual también que le damos las gracias a Ford del Sur. Ford del Sur, ubicado en el Ponce Bypass, frente al Hospital Damas. Llama y procura por José García, comunicándote al 787-377-8881. En el día de hoy, amigos, tenemos a nada más y nada menos que uno de los jugadores más queridos en Puerto Rico y por supuesto en la ciudad de Ponce. Tan es así que el año pasado, con su gran labor, logró ser el jugador más valioso de la liga. Muchos de ellos le llaman Mr. MVP. Se trata de nada más y nada menos que Mike Harris. Mike, welcome to this section of the Bombazo of BSN. Thank you to be with us.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much to be with us. I want to know, the people see this interview. Where Mike Harris born?
Small town in Hillsboro, Texas. It's about 45 minutes south of Dallas, Texas.
So in other words, you're from Dallas, Texas.
No, I'm from Hillsboro.
No. Okay, well, very good. That's good. I want to know about your beginnings in the basketball. When you start playing basketball, when you see Mike Harris is a good prospect for the basketball.
I started playing when I was in the 4th grade. I didn't see I was a good player in the 4th grade. No, in the 4th grade, we had a youth league.
Okay.
And on my team, everybody on my team made the all-star team.
Okay.
Except for me. So it was tough. So yeah, my first 5-6 years of basketball, I just played because my friends played. And then my freshman year in high school, when my freshman year was over, I went from 5'10" to 6'3". And
okay,
then
you grew up quick.
Yeah. In the summer, I went from 5'10" to 6'3", and then all of a sudden, basketball started becoming funner, and it started changing.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
So when you see, when everybody knows, especially the players, when you see this is a game I want to play. When you start to see that?
The next year, and in my sophomore year, they moved me up to varsity.
Okay.
And when I played varsity, the first game, we played against all these really big dudes, and I was really skinny guy. And first game, I think I had like 15, 20 points, and the coach came after and was like, "Hey, keep working." And so I'm a sophomore with juniors and seniors, and so after that, I started working towards playing basketball.
Tell me about the high school years, when you start to play high school and you see, a progress in your game.
I was just a jumper. I could jump high. I couldn't shoot. I couldn't dribble. I could just jump really high.
You still have it.
Yeah, so I could jump, but I never lifted weights.
Okay.
All through high school, I didn't lift weights at all. Even when I played football, I didn't lift weights. I'm from the country. As we say, I'm just country, so I had a gift to jump. So I just, all my friends and family, they just would throw me alley-oops. All I did was dunk the ball.
That's the only part you're working on, the dunks and jumps.
That was
it.
No
jump shot, no nothing.
I didn't work on, because I didn't know.
Okay.
My town was so small, nobody taught me anything. Like, hey, work on, your dribbling or your shooting. I didn't work on anything. I just worked on around the basket, dunk. That was it. And then my 12th grade year, my coach said, "Hey, start working on your basketball for college. I didn't think I would go to a big college. I thought maybe junior college or Division
a small
II,
college,
yeah, real small.
Yeah.
And my mom and my grandmother told me, no, you know, you're gonna go to a big college. So Rice came to recruit me, and the coach really liked me.
Rice University
Yeah.
is one of the best of universities, especially in baseball too.
Yes,
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yes,
Yeah.
when I was there, the baseball won the World Series.
Yeah.
When I was there, really good. 3 pitchers went first, top 10.
That's
Yeah,
very
so,
good. Yeah, that's one. Para los amigos que están viendo la entrevista, estamos hablando sobre los inicios de Mike Harris, específicamente en una universidad, y hago la salvedad y quiero mencionarlo, donde uno de nuestros grandes jugadores de béisbol, el hijo de Cheo Cruz, también fue una de las glorias que Cheito Cruz. We're talking about one of the best players, you know, here in baseball. One of the sons, Jose Cheito Cruz, played with Rice and won a World Series with that university. But the main thing is Mike Harris. Mike Harris here, you play Rice. Tell me about your experience with Rice University.
Oh man, Rice it's very smart. You know, it's academic school. You know, it's school before sports.
Okay.
Which, you know, some places it's sports before school. So it helped me to grow up, to mature. In the summertime, I stayed there. I worked on my game every summer, and I had a job. So I would just go to work, come back in the evening time, and just work on basketball. My first year, I come off the bench. I led the team in scoring and in rebounding, and we maybe won 10 games. It was bad. So the next year, I went to the coach and I said, hey, let's change. He said, okay, you want to change, you want to run? So every day for practice, we run every day.
Okay.
And then the next year, we did better. And then the next year, we did even better. So every year, I got better and the team got better. So that's when it came to my head, like, hey, maybe I have an opportunity to play after college.
And later, what team you drafted in the NBA when you finished with Rice?
I didn't get drafted. I had to go. I got selected after.
Okay.
After the draft was over, my agent, I got selected by the Dallas Mavericks, and so I went to summer league with the Mavericks. The coach was Avery Johnson.
Avery Johnson.
And as soon as it was over, I was one of the last people to get cut. And the owner of the Mavericks, Donnie Nelson, they were like, hey, you know, you're probably a few years away from the NBA, but keep working, you know, keep working on your game, don't stop working. So my agent said, maybe about 3 years, you'll be ready for the NBA.
So with that time passed, you don't get drafted with any team of the NBA. And later, when you start to play with the Houston Rockets, I think that's your first experience, right?
3 years later.
A year later. How many years?
3.
3 years.
Yeah, I went from the summer league with the Mavericks.
Okay.
I went overseas. I went to Ukraine.
Okay. That's your Ukraine. That's the first experience
Yes.
in European, you know, that kind of league. Okay.
Yeah. It was so I was there. We as soon as I came back from there, I went to the D League. I played in Colorado, Broomfield.
Okay.
And then after I finished there, I was with the Milwaukee Bucks in training camp. And when I finished, they said, hey, you should go to the D League and try there. And if you do well, then we'll call you up. And I stayed down there the whole season. We lost in the championship, in the last game in the championship. And then after that, my agent said, hey, let's go overseas, try to make some money. So I went to China. And I went there for maybe 1 month and a half. And then when I came back, I went to Rice to practice with my college team. The first day, practice was finished, I was taking off my clothes. My agent called, he said, hey, Houston Rockets about to pick you up.
That's
I was
good.
like, really? He was like, yeah. As soon as I get off the phone with him, I get a call from the general manager. Hey, Mike, this is Daryl. We want to call you up tomorrow. I was like, okay.
But that's good.
Yeah. So
That's a nice story too. You
Yeah.
know?
So-
Especially for people, wanna know about you and
Yeah,
and
it
everything
was-
about Mike.
it was crazy. 8 o'clock in the morning, 8 a.m. I get to the gym. It's me and 5 coaches, and we just go through all of the plays. They play that night against Charlotte Bobcats.
Bobcat, yeah.
My first game, we warm up. I sit at the end of the bench. It's me and Aaron Brooks.
Aaron Brooks, yeah.
And we're
That's
just
it.
we're talking, cheering on the game, and then it's in the first quarter. All of a sudden, I hear the coach say, "Mike, I'm paying attention to the game." Everyone on the team's like, "Mike, Mike, Mike, Mike." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Yo, go." The first quarter in the game, my first game, the first quarter, I come into the game.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I sub in for Shane Battier.
Shane Battier, yeah.
Yeah.
Right now with the Miami Heat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I come in, and the first play, Tracy McGrady comes off a screen with Yao Ming, and Yao rolls, and I pop up. He passes me the ball, and I catch it, and I kind of stop, kind of pause, like, this is the NBA. I'm here, And then I pass the ball, and we end up missing the shot. As soon as the play's over, he grabs me. He's like, "Hey, I pass you the ball. Shoot the ball. Just play." I'm like, "Okay." Next play, same thing. Pick and roll. He passes it to me at the top. Shoot it. I make it. My first NBA game, I got player of the game.
What, that's good.
14 points, 8 rebounds.
So that's the first game you play in the.
My first NBA game.
Amigo,
First one.
that's good. Amigos, hemos estado conversando con Mike Harris, como de costumbre, una persona que nos puede decir muchas cosas sobre el baloncesto y esas grandes historias. Escucharon esa historia con el equipo de los Houston Rockets. Y cuando regresemos vamos a hablar sobre su regreso a la NBA with Mike Harris. Thank you to be again with the Bombazo of BSN.
Thank you for having me.
Continuamos con Mike Harris en el Bombazo del BSN, esta serie de entrevistas que hemos tenido con estos grandes jugadores de baloncesto, tanto nativos como refuerzos, en el caso hoy de Mike Harris. Mike, we're talking about your first experience in the NBA with the Houston Rockets, and you get named the player of the game in your first game in the NBA. No, I think not too many people want to say that the other players in the first game. This is going to be a good thing for you in that time, right?
Yeah, it was that year with the Rockets was one of my greatest experiences in life. I was part of the 22 game win streak.
Okay, I remember.
Yeah, so that to be a part of that, the atmosphere, the fans, in that time, just in that stretch alone, I got to play against Kobe Bryant, Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce. I got my first and one dunk on Kevin Garnett. Like it was exciting. So just being there and going all around Houston, going to school at Rice. Just around the whole city, it was fun all the time. So it was one of those things that I'll never forget.
That's very good. I want to know the people see the interview about when you come back to the NBA. How you finish with the Houston Rockets? Later, you go again to China, Or tell me about the process about that.
Yeah. After that year, I went to the D League,
Okay.
and from the D League, Christmas Eve, everyone got to go home for 2 days, and I went home, and I actually went to a Rockets game because I had nothing to do. I live in Houston, and as soon as the game was over, Chase Budinger got hurt. So he got hurt, and I just went down to the locker room to say hi to the guys, and they called me up.
So you started
Yeah,
playing again.
and so Christmas Eve, they were like, "Hey, you're not going back to the D League. You're gonna leave with us tonight." So I drove to my house, got some clothes, and went. I had no shoes, nothing. So, but in the NBA they have everything. So
Yeah.
I went to Orlando, and I stayed with them for 2 months, and then I went back to the D League, and then I signed a 10-day with the Wizards. with
Okay,
Washington
a
Wizards.
10-day contract.
A
with
10-day
them.
contract.
Yeah.
Yeah, as soon as that finished, I went to the D League for like 3 days, and then the Houston Rockets called me up for the rest of the season. So then I stayed the whole time. But that year, they didn't make the playoffs. So since they didn't make the playoffs, they said, "Hey, season's finished. You can go home with us, or you can go back to the D League," because the team was in the playoffs.
Okay.
And I love to play basketball, so I was like, I want to go back. So I get a flight at 5 a.m.
5 a.m. in the morning.
5 a.m. from Sacramento to Dallas, from Dallas to McAllen, and we play that day. My flight gets in at 4:30. My girlfriend picks me up, and the game starts at 7. So I go from the airport to the gym. I'm tired, and the coach sees me. I'm like, "Coach, I'm kind of tired. It's the final game, so win or go home."
Yeah.
He's like, "Hey, no excuses. We need to win."
We don't need that.
Yes, that's it. No
Yeah.
excuses. We need to win. The first half, I was 2 of 12. Yeah, we were down by like 10. He comes in the locker room. He's yelling. He's upset. He's like, "I can't believe you guys are gonna do this in the playoffs. It's the semifinals. Like, come on, get together." And the second half, the third quarter, I make the first 8 shots of the game. 8 shots in a row.
When you talk about that, I remember something about it. I remember the one game. We're going to talk about later about that, but I remember very good about that.
Yeah, I make the first 8 shots of the game,
Okay.
and we end up winning, and I have 45.
45. Wow.
45 in that game. We end up
In a
winning.
day, you started with 5 a.m. and flight.
Yeah.
5 a.m. flight. Wow.
We won that game, and then we ended up winning the championship, and I got MVP. So it was one of those things I attribute to, like, no matter what your circumstances is, no matter what you go through, you know. I had the flight left at 5. I had to leave the hotel at 3.
Wow.
You know, and so like there's no excuses, you know, like, so no matter what, you can find it inside of you to play and push.
Tell me about your experience this year with the Utah Jazz. What do you think about that team? I think that team, well, it's not that very good. It's passed for a lot of things. Used to be a good team, good coaching, but right now, it's not that good. But you stay. How many games you stayed?
I stayed until the trade deadline.
Okay.
Yeah. It was they're not a bad team. They're just a young team.
Young team, yeah.
Yeah, the coach, he's put in a tough situation. You got a lot of young guys. They're probably maybe 2 years away from being really good, but it was fun. I enjoyed it. I'm very competitive.
I know that.
So wherever I'm at, I'm gonna find a way. The coaches, the assistant coaches, they were all really, really good with me. They help me every day. Everyone knows me. I'm the first person in the gym, the last person to leave. Work on shots and stuff. So it was overall, it was really fun. The guys on the team were good. coaching staff is good. I think, maybe in the next 2 years,
It's good.
they're gonna be a lot better.
We're going to start with Puerto Rico right now. We're going to start with your first experience in Puerto Rico. Tell me about that, because everybody knows about when you come to that team, and you want to say it. With what team did you start to play in Puerto Rico?
I started to play with San Germán, and they were great to me. I love the fans in San Germán. My biggest thing is family.
Yeah.
God first, and then my family. And when my fiance came, and they welcomed her, and she felt comfortable, and so after that, it's easy for me to play basketball.
San Germán is one of the teams of more tradition here. In Puerto Rico. One of the first teams in Puerto Rico.
See, that's all, and it's a small gym.
Yeah.
It was really packed, really loud, and so I loved it there. All the guys on the team, I made friendships with all the guys. It was Jesse Payat, Carlos Strong. So, like, me and all the guys, we got along. We were really cool. Me and Joey Rodriguez, we still hang out now. He comes from Cuomo, and he'll come stay at the house and stuff. So
that's good.
Yeah, like I made a lot of friends there my first year that I still have now here, which was big for me.
So you like it in San Germán?
I did like it in San Germán.
That's good. What do you think about when you come about in Ponce? When Ponce signed you, it's a big news in here because everybody knows about your good seasons with San Germán, and when you come in Ponce, everybody get excited. Mike Harris coming in here, and everybody sells you very good in here. What is the that impression to you sign with Ponce? Is another team with a good tradition in Puerto Rico.
See, unfortunately for me, it was good and bad because I never saw Ponce because my 2 years Ponce wasn't here.
Yeah.
So in San Germán. So when Nelson called me like, hey, I'm the coach of Ponce, want you to come here. I'm really big on loyalty. So I played in China before, and there I talked to Peter John Ramos, and he was talking about Arecibo and going over there and stuff. And if I tell you I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. So I already told Nelson, hey, I'm coming. And so my big thing, I was focused on that. And he was like, hey, Ponce is another level of basketball. He was like, the fans here are crazy.
Yeah.
He was like, it's going to be packed every night. The gym is big. I was like, whatever. I never saw it, so I didn't believe it. He was like, no, the Ponce gym is really big. It's going to be crowded. The fans are going to be crazy, like 11,000.
Yeah.
I was like, whatever. It's like I just thought he was talking. And then before I come, Siler was here.
Yeah, got it.
And he was like, hey man, this place is crazy. So after the first game, he calls me. He was like, yo, it's unbelievable. He's like, I've never seen nothing like this. I'm like, yeah, whatever. They're lying. They're lying. The first game, I'm driving up and I see fans, like cars parked outside.
Yeah.
I got to the gym at 5:30 and there's people in the gym.
Yeah.
I'm like, nah. So
you don't believe it?
I still don't believe it. When I come back out for the warm up before the game starts, and I see all those people, I was like, it was unbelievable. By far, out of all the places I've played, the Utah Jazz fans are really, 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 really good. When I was with the Rockets for the 22-game win streak, it may have been the second loudest place I've been. But by far,
Ponce is one of the best.
By far, the best place I've been to play in is Ponce.
Voy a hacer excuse me Mike, one moment, voy a hacer un comentario en español. Dice Mike Harris, amigos que nos están observando, que el sitio más ruidoso y uno de los mejores lugares para jugar baloncesto es el Juan Pachín Vicente de Ponce. Para que ustedes vean la impresión que este señor que tengo aquí a mi lado, Mike Harris, piensa de nuestra cancha de los Leones del Ponce, al igual también que de la franquicia. Mike, another thing is, what do you think about the people from Ponce? Because you say about when you see it in the gym or but about the people, the convenience with the people. What do you think about the people from Ponce?
I think the people they're human. they're just like us. Like, I love the fact that they're so competitive, and that when we're winning, everyone's excited. When we're losing, everyone's mad.
Yeah.
And I love that, because as a player, you don't want to disappoint your fans and your community. So it makes you want to play harder. But it's impossible to win every game. You can't win every game. But you have this in the back of your head that I'm not only playing for my teammates, I'm playing for the name on the front of the shirt.
Yeah.
So when you go out and you play, you're also playing for them. And the fact that when we go on the road, Ponce fans come with us is great. So the fans here, I love them. Everywhere I go, I see somebody that knows me. Sometimes I go to the movies with my daughter. We're late going to the movies because I'm taking pictures, and she's like, "Daddy, let's go watch the movie." So yeah, I love the people here. I love the way that they are. I think they're really competitive, just like the players on the court, and it helps us to want to be better because we want to represent the city well.
That's the reason, people love Mike Harris in here. That's everybody talk about when you have a good game and everything you do in the court. That's very good. Amigos, vamos a una pausa. Y cuando regresemos vamos a finalizar esta interesante entrevista con una serie de preguntas más que tenemos aquí en el Bombazo del BSN con Mr. MVP, Mike Harris. Amigos, regresamos ya a la parte final con Mike Harris aquí en el Bombazo del BSN en esta serie de entrevistas que estamos llevándole a ustedes. Well, Mike, I want to know about, what do you think about a couple of players and coaches? I'm going to mention you, and you're going to say, in one word. This is a ping pong game. Mm-hmm. First of all, Carlos Rivera.
Leader.
Ideal.
Champion.
Manuel Narvaez. That's a good new player from this year.
Oh, Manuel. Preacher.
Oscar Santiago. Oscar.
Boss.
Carlos Emory.
Athletic.
Okay. Bimbo Carmona from the Brujos de Guayama.
Aggressive.
Reynaldo Bachman from the Captains.
Oh man. I would say energy.
Energy. Okay. Garrett Seiler. I think you know it for China. He's a good friend of you.
Yeah. Every time I hear Garrett Seiler, only thing I can think of is Buffalo.
I'm going to say a name right now. Chris Gaston. What do you think about Chris?
Oh, Chris, hard worker.
And your coach, Nelson Colon.
Oh man. Perfection. He strives for perfection.
One more. I'm going to say one more. Jermaine Gonzalez, the assistant coach.
Passion. Passion for basketball.
That's very good. Mike, thank you to be with us in here. It's a pleasure for me to interview.
Thank you.
And good luck in your future plans. I think you're gonna get back to the NBA. That's what you want, right?
After championship.
That's good.
I have no NBA focus right now until I leave here with the trophy. I'm not thinking about anything.
And
else.
I think this is one of the things you come back to Ponce to win that trophy.
The only reason.
one more message to the people see and the fans of Ponce.
Oh man, the road to a championship is tough. There's going to be a lot of bumps, a lot of ups and downs. But at the end of the road, the reward is great. Stay with us.
Amigos, Mike Harris le acaba de dar un mensaje a la fanaticada de los Leones de que el camino es fuerte, el camino es duro, pero lo más importante al final es de que se va a lograr ese propósito y ese campeonato que tanto ansía la ciudad, y lo dijo muy claro: stay with us. Eso significa manténgase con el equipo y con nosotros. Carlos José Vázquez en producción de José Antonio García, en la cámara nuestro gran amigo José Lavoy y el gran Raulo. Este es el bombazo del BCN y este señor es Mr. MVP Mike Harris.